In a closely guarded lab, Tony Stark shows off a new invention to U.S. military defense officials. He has developed micro-transistors capable of powering up things such as magnets, turning them into powerful weapons strong enough to pull open a thick metal door from a distance. They increase magnetic force 1,000-fold. Stark impresses the military brass with his new inventions, while at the same time impressing the ladies of the international jet set with his dashing good looks and incredible personal wealth. Across the globe, the evil red tyrant Wang Chu takes over another small village in Vietnam, defeating its strongest men in contests of judo. Meanwhile, Tony Stark has arrived in Vietnam to observe the testing micro-transistor-powered weaponry, which allow heavy items like mortars to be reduced in size no larger or heavier than a flashlight. Accompanying a squad of soldiers equipped with his weaponry on a patrol through the jungle, he accidentally triggers a tripwire that detonates a landmine. The wounded Stark is captured by Wang Chu's forces and taken to their nearby headquarters. Wang Chu realizes his prisoner is a famous Yankee inventor, and decides that he will put him to work in service of the communist insurgency even though doctors determine the young inventor only has days to live before shrapnel reaches his heart. Wang Chu falsely promises that he will have a surgeon save Stark's life if he will agree to develop new high-tech weapons for him. Even though he saw through Wang Chu's words to his true intentions, to make him work until his death, Stark agrees, in order to try and save his own life with his technical abilities and Wang Chu's resources. Given access to scrap metal and tools, Stark promises he will deliver a fantastic weapon, but sets out in building a mechanism that will help stop the shrapnel from penetrating his heart. He is given an assistant named Professor Yinsen, a famous physicist whom Stark had read about while in college. Working together, the two finalize work on Stark's project, an iron body suit with a chest plate that will keep the shrapnel at bay through use of transistor-powered magnets. Just as Stark has donned the life-saving suit and begun to power it with electrical current from a generator, Wang Chu attempts to come check on his prisoners. Professor Yinsen rushes out into the hallway shouting at Wang Chu and is shot dead by armed guards, buying the precious seconds Stark needed to fully charge the armor. Tony Stark, as Iron Man, hears the murder of his friend and swears he will avenge his death. He tries to rise and steady himself in the Iron Man armor, but discovers it is like learning to walk again. He quickly gets the hang of operating the armor and evades detection from Wang Chu by leaping to the ceiling and holding himself there using suction cups. After Wang Chu leaves the room, the tyrant heads outside to amuse himself with his favorite sport, challenging the villagers to a duel of judo. Iron Man descends from the ceiling and finds a coat and hat, with which to cover his armor, and wanders outside to find Wang Chu tossing people around in the judo arena. Iron Man challenges Wang Chu, then takes off his coat and hat to reveal the shocking visage of Iron Man. The metal monster walks up to Wang Chu, picks him up, and twirls him around before tossing him into the brush. Wang Chu demands that his guards open fire on Iron Man, but the bullets just bounce off the armored figure's metal chest plate. Iron Man then uses reverse magnetism to repel the enemy weapons. Wang Chu tries to get to the speakers of the nearest building, in order to put a bounty on Iron Man, but Stark manages to create electrical interference and switch the radio's channel, telling Wang Chu's troops through the speaker to flee their leader before the Iron Man slays them all. Iron Man cuts down the building's door using a transistor-powered buzzsaw, but as soon as he enters the communist menace fells him with a file cabinet loaded with rocks. Wang Chu escapes to order the execution of all his prisoners, but Iron Man, low on energy and too weak to continue pursuit, uses his armor's lubrication system to launch a stream of oil towards an ammunition depot near the fleeing Wang Shu. He then sets fire to the oil stream using a miniature torch in one of the armor's gauntlets, causing the ammo dump to explode, and seemingly killing Wang Shu. His batteries now recharged, Iron Man dons his coat and hat and walks away into the jungle,